Hey, over here! Hey, look at me! Check out this cool thing I made! That is how you get people's attention face-to-face in the real world. And like those merchants at the mall trying to get you to try their free sample, it can be very awkward and painful. Online, it seems so hard to get anyone to even see your stuff. You are at the mercy of the algorithms of Google and Facebook. What is a person to do? I've got some thoughts and a free worksheet to help you get your customers' attention.
Distinctions for Life. Helping you get what you really want in life with small changes that make a big difference.
I'm Ron Davis, and this is Distinctions for Life, where I help you get what you really want in life with small changes that make a big difference. I'm all about helping ambitious people go from being wannabe entrepreneurs to having a profitable and sustainable business. I do this by giving you the mental tools to understand your business and what you need to do next to make it happen. If you'd like to get my free content syndication questionnaire and social network cheat sheet, you can follow the link in the description below. I said in the intro to this series, if you build it, they will come is BS. And anyone who has started a blog, YouTube channel, podcast, or made a cool new product knows that this is true. It is very, very hard to get attention online. And you don't just do it once. You have to keep getting people's attention and make them interested enough to go and check out what you are doing. To do this, you need to get your message in front of an audience, a following, a tribe, a customer base, whatever term connects with you. There are a lot of ways to do this, but the core distinction is, whose audience is it? Yours or someone else's? Many of the ambitious people that I help in my speeches and mentoring say that they will build their own audience. They're going to post to social media and get people to come to their page and buy their product. The truth is that building an audience for yourself or your products is hard, and it takes a lot of time. Let's take YouTube, for example. My research has shown that getting your first 1,000 subscribers generally takes about a year, probably more. A year. Can you go that long without having anyone look at your product? Is that how long you thought it was going to take to really start building your business? On top of that, 1,000 subscribers isn't even that big. It does seem to be a tipping point though. I recently watched a video by a woman who took 2 years to get to 1,000. Then she went from 1,000 to 50,000 in just 1 year. The other way to get in front of an audience is to buy or earn your way in front of somebody else's audience, which we'll talk about in a minute. First, let's talk about building an audience. I also suggest that you review my video Fast, Cheap, Good, Pick 2, because that is very relevant here. Here are 3 tips for building an audience. 1, pick a channel. 2, make content. 3, syndicate to other channels. Let's go a little deeper. First, pick a channel. You need to create awesome, deep, valuable content. If you think you're just going to throw random crap up there and build an audience, you're mistaken. You've got to make stuff that is valuable all by itself to get people to pay attention and really join your tribe. For this reason, you need to pick a way of delivering your content that you are most comfortable with. And in general, there's going to be one of 3 formats: written words, spoken words, performed words. Everything starts with written words, at least by the people of highest quality whom you are competing with. You may think top YouTubers, for example, are just winging it, but the reality is they generally have a script, they just make it look easy. Crafting your content in written form is just the beginning. But it can also be the end. Then you can distribute your written content in a number of ways. Blogs being the online format you're probably going to think of first, but there are newspapers, magazines, and books in the real world. You could take those high-quality words and speak them, either live when you give a speech or do a live broadcast, or you could record them and distribute them through audio media. Online, that is generally a podcast, and in the real world, that's radio. Lastly, you can perform your words, including body language and movement. This is done on video in some form, and generally that's YouTube online, and offline it could be television. I've listed these in the order of ease of production, not ease of creation. It takes 1x time to write something. Then it takes 2 to 3 times that for audio recording and editing, and then 5 to 6 or more times that for video recording and editing. Now you can understand how hard it is to be able to create one piece of attention-grabbing, audience-building content. Which brings us to step 2. consistently develop and release content for your channel. You have to do all of the stuff I just talked about on a regular basis. Audiences are looking for long-term commitment, just like you are. You want those 1,000 true fans that will buy everything you're selling? To do that, you have to consistently, and I mean on a regular basis, release new stuff that gives them value, which then is going to make you think about what medium you want to use. If you have a knowledge base, you could probably put out a new blog post every day of the week. But recording and editing high-quality audio every day, that would be a challenge. And just doing high-quality video once a week is a serious challenge. Now you should understand how hard it is to build an audience. But once you do, you can much more easily get people's attention. You are also building trust and desire during this whole process, which is the next step in the money flow framework, and we'll be talking about that next week. I told you to pick a primary channel to create content for, but once you do, you can develop a system and use it in multiple places, which is step 3. Syndicate as much as you can. You are always starting with written content. That written content can be used on social networks to get people's attention and point them back to your core piece of content. You can quote it on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can create quote images on Instagram. If you make a video, you can strip out the audio and make a podcast as well, or use small clips from that video for Instagram or Facebook stories. You just need to develop a system for doing this so that it is automated and doesn't take a lot of your time and effort to execute. That is a very simplified, high-level view of how to build an audience organically through content creation. You should see now how valuable an audience is given how long it takes to build one. The other option is to sidestep all of that and let someone else do it. Find people who already have an audience and earn your way in front of them. You have to earn your way there, and in another extremely simplified explanation, there are 2 ways to do that. Doing something of interest to their audience or buy the attention. Being interesting is a whole other video, but here's a question to ask yourself if you were wondering how to do this. Why would Joe Rogan want me on his podcast? Substitute the top podcaster in your niche for Joe. Then think long and hard about that. The other way is to buy a place in front of someone else's audience. Maybe that's Google's audience for search, Facebook's social network audience, and Instagram's 10,000 or 100,000 followers, or just the people that read your local newspaper. Just realize that the bigger the audience, the bigger the cost. And once you get there, make sure that you've got the right message and the right call to action. Once you have an attention opportunity, you need to know what you are going to say. What is your message? What are you trying to do for those people? And once you say your message, you need to be very, very clear what you want them to do next. What is your call to action? What is the one thing that you want people to do next? Generally, this is to send them somewhere to start building desire and trust with them, which is the subject of the next episode in the DFL Money Flow Framework series. Click the bell below to make sure that you are notified as soon as the Desire and Trust video comes out. Question of the day: how do you get your audience's attention? Leave your answer below. Bonus points for saying what your message is in one sentence, and bonus points if you include a call to action. Also, go through the comments and upvote the good messages and downvote the bad or spammy ones. Thanks for watching today. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to get my free content syndication questionnaire and social network cheat sheet, you can follow the link in the description. This channel is all about helping you get what you really want in life with small changes that make a big difference. Until next time, I'm Ron Davis. Many of the ambitious people, and this is done on video in some form, and online that is generally, once you do, you can much more easily get people's attention. Person extraordinaire. Yeah!